Hello guys, this is Mr. Lilly and I'm going to be showing you guys how to use the shape features on Illustrator. Okay, so first things first, when we look at the left toolbar and we go to the square, we can see the variety of shapes that you guys can use. So you have a square, circle, triangle, star, and a line. So when you go to create shapes, you just use your Apple Pencil to drag it out, just like that. And if you have the desire to change the color, you just go to the left toolbar and you just select the color right here. So when you go to change the color, you just move this outer circle on the ring with your finger to pick the hue. So I'm going to pick blue because that's my favorite color. And then I'm going to change the tint or shade of the color by moving the inner circle and the rectangle. So you can see how that like changed the color right here, just like that. Now you can kind of tell if you look at the number between the width and the height, it's not very like symmetrical. So I'm going to delete that. And to make the shape symmetrical, you're going to hold down on this bar right here or this circle. So I'm holding down and I'm going to drag out the shape. So I have my square selected and I'm just going to drag it out with my Apple Pencil. Oh, it's not really working. Bear with me. Just like that. And you can see that the shape is pretty symmetrical. Okay. So right here, I have a variety of shapes shown. So right now I'm going to show you guys how to use the combined shape feature. So if you go to the right toolbar and you select the two squares that make like a small square in the middle, you just click on that and it has all the features that you're going to need. So first I'm going to select, so go into the left toolbar, I am using the triangle or the selector tool right here. And I'm going to use my Apple Pencil to drag across the two circles, just like that. And then I'm going to go to the Shape Combine tool, and I can see all the different features that it can do to the two circles. And it does give you like the preview. So for the first one, I'm just going to combine all of them, just like that. And then if you go to like move it or something, you can see it's all combined. Okay. So now I'm going to select these two, and I'm going to show you the minus font. No, why it's not coming up. And I like to think of the minus font as a cookie cutter. So like the orange is kind of like the cookie dough and the blue circle is the cookie cutter. So whatever's on top of the shape under whatever's on top just cuts through the bottom layer. So just like that. And then next, I'm going to highlight these two circles and I'm going to show you the intersect. So intersect is just going to cut out whatever is not intersecting between the two shapes. So you can see like how it's highlighted here, like that the center piece is going to be what's not cut out. So I'm just going to click intersect and you can kind of just create interesting shapes with this one. Um, yeah, just like something that's not really like shown here in the shape bar. Okay. Oop. And then last but not least, I'm going to show you the exclude overlap. That just cuts out what is going to be overlapped. So I'm selecting the two circles and I'm going to the combine shapes and exclude overlap. And you can see it combines the shapes, but it just cuts out whatever overlapped. All right, next I'm going to show you a couple shapes that you can create. So the first one, we're going to create a heart. Um, so I already pre-made two rectangles. So how did we get those? We went to the shapes, click on the square, and you just drag it out with your Apple Pencil, just like this. And there, you have a rectangle. But now the question remains, how are you going to curve the sides? Well, if you go to the left toolbar and you go below the selector tool to this one, you're just going to drag over the areas that you want to curve. So you're going to want to curve the top, going to want to curve the top parts of the square, if it would let me. All right, just like that. And you can kind of see that there's like little circles in the square. You're going to hold down on that. So like this. And you're just going to bring it in towards the middle and like downwards, and it's got a curve. So how are we going to create a heart? So I'm going to the selector tool and I'm going to rotate these like this. And you can use this shift key on the side to get like a more accurate rotation instead of it being freeform. And then I'm gonna overlap it, select it, and then combine all. And just like that, you have a heart. But mine's a little messed up, so I'm gonna fix that really quickly. Just like that, and then combine. There. All right, next I'm gonna show you how to make a speech bubble. All right, so I have black circle, an orange circle, and a black triangle. All right, so we are gonna use the minus font, so the cookie cutter technique to make the speech bubble. So I'm going to enlarge the circle and then place the orange circle inside, holding down on the shift key to keep it like symmetrical. You can see how that's going, and just like this. So now I'm going to select it. Oh, not the triangle. I'm going to select it, and then I'm going to do the minus front, just like that. And then I'm going to take the triangle and I am going to rotate it, holding down the shift key. I'm going to adjust the size of it a little bit. And then I'm going to combine it all again. And then I'm going down to below the selector tool. And I'm going to click on the triangle. And I have to zoom in for this. I feel like that is pretty helpful for doing this. So now just like that. I feel like it kind of gives a character when the edges are rounded like that. So just like that. And you have a speech bubble and you can say whatever you want. Oh, all right. So now I'm going to show you how to make like an animal face. So this is a part of your assignment for today. So you're just going to use shapes. So how did I make this animal shape face? First, I started with 3 circles. So I'm going to make these circles. And I'm going to resize them just like that. And then I'm going to duplicate it. So if you look next to the little trash can right here, I'm going to use this tool to duplicate it. And it just duplicates it right on top. So you're going to have to drag it out, just like that. Then I'm going to duplicate it again by clicking on it, if it will let me click on it. Okay. Go. And I'm just gonna make the cat's cheeks. There we go. And then I'm gonna change the color of them. And I want to do the same color as the one I already made. So I'm going to go to this flicker tool to select the color like that. And I want to click up there, the flicker tool, and there we go. So I'm going to do that for all of them. Flicker tool, just like that. Flicker tool, just like that. So there we go. And now I'm going to combine all the shapes. Combine. And I feel like this may look a little too wide, so I'm just going to adjust it to my liking. And I think that's pretty good. He's okay. So now I'm just gonna add some ears, just so. Oh, and I'm going to duplicate it because I like the size of that and just rotate it and move it to the other side. And I think that's pretty good. Be a little more rotated, just like that. And then I'm going to combine them all together. Now to make like the ear pockets, I am going to do the same thing, but just smaller triangles to fit inside. I have to really zoom in to really make sure it fits. And then I'm going to duplicate that and move it on to the other side, just like that. And then I'm going to change the color to black. Now the ears are obviously way more pointed on this one. So we are going to have to shape them as so. Oh, just like that. You just got to preview. So I'm going to click and then find the circle and then pull it inwards. Do the same thing. Find the circle, pull it inwards. Do on this other side. Now you could have done this um, before combining all the shapes together. There's really like no one way of doing it. So just like that. Next, I'm gonna make the eyes. So obviously they're just circles with little stars in them. So I'm gonna start from the outside of the cat. Click. And I wanna make it way more symmetrical than it is right now. That's close enough. And then I'm going to use the star and make sure the color is white. And just like that. So with that, I can just duplicate it. Oh, and just move it on over. Now, if I were to combine this, we would run into a few problems. So let's say we wanted to combine this. Whatever is on top, so for instance, the star, it will just like completely change the eye color and then like the minus font, like that looks correct. However, when you go to put it over top of the cat, the star is no longer white, and we don't want that. So I'm gonna go back, and I'm just going to select it and drag it over to the cat. Just like this, like that. Now for the nose, I'm going to use the triangle and I'm going to lighten it up. So I'm moving the hue to more of a red or pink. And then I'm gonna pull out the triangle. Then I'm going to turn it upside down. And then I'm going to round out the edges. And now I'm gonna shrink it. And there we go. Looks good so far. Okay. And now I'm gonna add the mouth lines. So I'm just gonna use the line tool on the shapes and just pull it down. Okay, I don't know. Pull it down. So, and then I'm going to add another one to the side. And then one more. See, he's happy. And now I gotta add the whiskers. So how did I make these whiskers? I just used the minus font. So I'm gonna take two circles and I'm gonna change it to like a gray. And I'm gonna pull it out. And then I'm going to do the same thing. Or I could just duplicate it. Let's just duplicate it, and then I am just going to change the opacity. So if we go to the properties bar on the right toolbar, I'm just going to change the opacity and I'm going to bring it down so I can see what I'm doing underneath. So I just want it to not fully cover the bottom circle. And then I'm going to go to minus front, and I can already get a preview of what I see. So I'm just going to click on that. And it's a very like curved, like almost like a moon shape, but I'm going to uh, adjust it to be more of a cat whisker, like so. And then I'm going to rotate it a little bit. And then I'm going to bring it down to the cat. Oh, just like that. And then I'm just going to duplicate that and then move it over to the other side as so. And that's how you do uh, shapes on Illustrator.